おめでとうございます。これであなたは水星級魔術師です。水の加護を洗ん。何してるんですか？なるほど。これは期待外がありそうですね。
Welcome back for another Desma Alt unboxing. Once again, I got another Roxy Migurdia figure from the anime and light novel Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, with the character in a swimsuit made by Phat Company. If you notice, the box does say a 1/3 scale figure. However, upon release, it's been corrected to a 1/4 scale size. Sadly, was hoping for the figure to be slightly bigger. The base is sand from a beach, looks aesthetically pleasing to see. Sadly, a portion of the hair did come in broken in 2 pieces. Here's my quick fix, using super glue. Not the best, but good enough for me. Here's the figure itself. Overall, loved how it turned out, though I do have some nitpicks about it, but not enough to dislike the figure itself. The figure costed $215 USD, with the shipping being $28. I do like the finished product, from how it's sculpted, the coloring, to the pose, and the outfit itself, which might be my favorite part of the figure. But there are 2 things I did dislike. That's the front portion of the hair, looks a bit too smooth, and I would have loved a little more detail on the front bangs. And sadly, the second part, the face expression is kinda off. Can't really put it into words, however in person it's not too bad, I'd say, and I think it's still worth getting the figure if you actually like the character. Glad to finally have another Roxy figure for the collection. Still slightly disappointed the figure was marketed as a 1/3 scale figure when in actuality it's more of a 1/4 scale size, but I still like the figure. And I don't know what the chances are, but I do hope in the future a Sylphie and Eris figure would be made similar to this one, since I like them all. Roxy is obviously my favorite of the 3, but I wouldn't mind having more figures for Sylphie and Eris. Maybe other characters too, though I don't know what's the likelihood of that happening. That's pretty much it for the showcase. When I first started collecting figures, I wanted to try limiting how many figures I would get of the same characters, getting 2 or 3 at the most, but there are exceptions to the rule, such as Roxy. Every time I see a new one on sale, it's 90% certain I'll get the figure. The other 10% is depending on the cost. I also do plan to read the light novels one day, or at the very least hear the audiobooks. It'll probably be after season 3 or even when the anime ends itself, since I barely have time to commit to it, but I do want to do it eventually. That'll be all. Thanks for watching. All hail the goddess.
スペルド族に食べられますよ。お疲れ様ですと。